Why are so many women suddenly feeling exhausted, inflamed, sick, and completely disconnected from that feeling of joy and happiness and that feeling of being alive? And it's not simply because they are just doing too much and working too much, but there is something much deeper going on. Hi, I'm Aditi. I talk about all things healing, personal growth, manifestation, feminine energy, and all of these things that can help you take your life to the next level. So, if that is something you resonate with, do subscribe and stick around. The number one reason that women are feeling so disconnected from themselves is that there is this constant pressure that we're carrying on our shoulders to do more and to do better. Right? Whether it is even just something as simple as working on your health, but you want to do everything. You want to do ice baths and strength and cardio and yoga and all of these things. But what that does to your body and to your nervous system is that it creates this sort of pressure around, okay, there has to be more, there has to be more. What I'm doing is not enough, and I need to keep doing more, and I need to keep doing better. Right? There's also this pressure of, okay, I need to work, and I need to nurture, and I need to take care of others, and I need to keep my family together, but I also need to be working and I need to be earning money. And what this also creates is that you end up doing things because you should be doing them, not because you want to be doing them. So this is something that I really experienced in my own life, specifically when it came to work, where I was writing emails because I should be writing emails. I'm having a business, or I'm posting on Instagram because I should be posting on Instagram, because I have to run a business, and not because I genuinely wanted to express these things, not because I genuinely wanted to talk about these things, right? And this whole thing of doing things out of should and out of wanting to be better makes you disconnected from what you actually want to do, what your heart feels joyful about, right? So we don't really know what makes our heart happy. We don't really know what our heart actually wants. We just know what we should be doing or what we should be wanting. We should be wanting to make more money. We should be wanting to be successful. But what is it that actually makes my heart happy? What is it that actually makes me light up? Is something that we're completely unaware about. What we also end up doing is tying your worth and your value to how much you achieve or how much you produce or how much money you make, right? But what we miss out on is that our natural core essence as feminine beings, as women, or if even if you are someone who identifies as a woman or has that naturally feminine side, is that our core essence is all about surrender, about flow, about enjoying life, about doing things that feel exciting, that light you up, that feel alive, not what you should be doing. So, too much of structure, too much of shoulds, too much of forcing yourself into doing something is what is draining life force energy day in and day out. And we have been living against our very own core essence. And then we're wondering why I'm so unhappy, why I'm so disconnected, why I feel like my spark is gone and I'm exhausted and I'm inflamed and I'm burnt out and what's happening, right? But this is exactly what burnout is. It's not about doing too much. It's not about working 12 hours a day. It's about doing everything from a sense of pressure, from a sense of should, while not doing enough of what actually lights you up, not doing enough of what comes in naturally or what makes you happy. And this is exactly why women are feeling so disconnected and wanting to just escape and to live a life where they can just slow down and just read and bake and cook because it's getting too much. So we have identified what's the problem to some extent, but what do I actually do about it now? So there are three things that I would like to talk about in this video. And of course, there are a lot more things that can actually be done on a day-to-day basis. To start with, let's talk about these three simple, easy things that are super easy to just incorporate into your everyday life, and but that can make a really big difference. So do not underestimate the power of these things. It might sound very little, very small, but the effect that it's going to create is going to be much, much bigger than you could have imagined. So the first thing is that you want to reconnect with what lights you up. So you want to ask yourself this question: what have I been denying myself because it feels unproductive? Okay, so maybe you really enjoy cooking, or maybe you really enjoy baking, but there's a voice in your head that says, okay, this is not getting me any money, this is not really productive, so I'm just gonna, not do it. Or maybe it's reading a novel, reading fiction, and that feels unproductive, because this is something that I personally faced, where I would just read self-help or non-fiction books that would kind of correlate with my field and that would help me grow and then would help my business grow. But reading a novel or something which is just a story, but just, there's nothing to really take away other than the story and the feeling of being engrossed in a story, I would just not read fiction. I would not read it even though I enjoyed it, because it was not productive. So I want you to ask this question and then do exactly that. So whatever comes up as an answer to this question, you want to allocate some time in the day or in the week where you do exactly that. And it is going to feel a little difficult if you've been programmed to do everything efficiently, everything for productivity. It's going to feel almost like a time waste. Like, why am I doing this? I could be doing so many different things. I could be growing my business. I could be making money. I could be doing this and that. And it's going to feel that way. But you need to hold on. You need to be able to reconnect with your ability to do things just for fun. No output, no reason, no goal, nothing you're getting out of it other than the simple joy that you're experiencing in that moment. And this is how you begin to start connecting or reconnecting with what makes you happy, with what your heart actually wants. Now, the second thing that you can do, which is super easy, is romanticizing your everyday life. So even if you're just going about your normal work day, if you know you're supposed to reply to emails or write a particular email, maybe light up a candle, set up the room in a way that makes you feel good, maybe play some music that makes you feel good while you're going about your everyday tasks, right? So that simple element of adding something that gives you joy, that gives you pleasure, that makes you feel connected and happy, can make a lot of difference than just simply opening a laptop and just doing it and then just getting it done and moving on to the next thing. It is exactly that need for efficiency and just getting things done and not really feeling joy in it is what is causing all of this disconnection and all of this burnt out feeling and this exhaustion, right? So we want to add joy and pleasure to everyday little things. So think about how you can make your everyday tasks a little more romanticized, a little more fun, a little more joyful, like something that you look forward to, not just something you do. Now, the third thing goes a little bit deeper than something that you can just add to your daily routine, but this is the core work. This is what helps you understand where this pattern is coming from and to rewire it so that you are living a different life altogether. So that you are not just doing something here and there, but you're rewiring how you operate and you're rewiring your life and yourself to optimize happiness, to optimize joy and pleasure and connection. So the question that really helped me get into this in the beginning is, what do I secretly fear would happen if I slowed down? This is going to reveal so much. It's going to reveal all of those insecurities that you might be holding, or all of those reasons that you have unconsciously held on to as to why you need to do everything efficiently, why you need to get everything done quickly. And to begin with, the awareness itself makes a lot of difference, because now you are moving from doing things on autopilot without any awareness as to, okay, you're why you're doing them, to knowing that, okay, I'm doing this because of this reason, and I'm not able to slow down because I'm scared of XYZ. I'm scared that I'm going to fall behind. I'm scared that I'm going to lose respect. I'm scared that I'm just going to have to become a homemaker, and you look down upon homemakers. And whatever reason comes up, that's perfectly okay. It's just revealing what you are holding on to unconsciously, what beliefs you're holding on to, what conditioning you're holding on to, so that you can then move on to changing it. Now, another question that can also help you understand where this is coming from is, what am I trying to compensate for through overachievement? So usually this is something that gets formed in childhood, right? So we usually learn that every time that I am getting a good grade, or I'm passing my exam with flying colors, I'm getting a lot of love, I'm getting a lot of attention. And so I kind of cling on to achievement as a way to get love, to get attention. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll probably be able to see that, okay, I probably felt not so secure about how I look, and I'm trying to compensate it by achieving. It's that sense of, if I am not beautiful enough, at least I can be successful enough. This is a pattern that I've seen time and again in so many clients and in myself to some extent, where you feel that you are compensating for something that you're lacking, that there's something that's not good enough, and so you're compensating for it by being extra successful, or by overachieving, or involving yourself too much in work to the point of exhaustion, to the point of burnout. Okay, so the pattern will not shift unless you understand the root cause beneath it, and you understand, why is this happening, where is this coming from. The awareness is like 50% of the work. Once you're aware of things, it's so much easier to change them. It's so much easier to move into more healthier patterns of being. But awareness is the first step. Nothing happens without it. So I want you to bring out your journal and ask yourself these two questions and see what comes up. But try to be gentle with yourself and to be loving towards yourself while you're doing this, to not jump into judgment before you even allow yourself to reveal the answers. So burnout is not a productivity problem. It's not about working too much. but it is about feeling disconnected from your own body, from your own needs and wants, because you have been prioritizing achievement and success and everything that you should do, and not what you really want to do. And it is because that you keep tying your worth and your value to how much you achieve and how much money you make, right? And of course, this is a long journey, it's a long process to unlearn that and to unlearn these things. But we can start here, we can start with these little things, with these three very small things, to then be able to go more deeper and to unlearn it for good. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I would love to hear what answers you come up with. Do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.